On today's episode of the Comics Panel, we're going to talk about what we do outside the panel.
You get out?
Yeah, I try to
Every
sometimes.
once in a
Every
while.
once in a while
I
we
never
get out.
get out. How do you guys get
We
out?
just break out of the fourth wall panel.
That's
We're
not,
out there.
that's not cool. I don't get it. You never take me
Anyways,
with you.
You know,
Okay, I
there
lied.
we were, Andy and I, minding our own business at Free Comic Book Day working, and I noticed you didn't come in this year. We saw it when we saw you last year, but we didn't see you this year. Where
It
were
was
you?
my excruciating body odor that they wouldn't let me in. So, no, I was in the King of Prussia. I was at
Awesome.
their Free Comic Book Day pushing Necroman and Death Ride, my comic book.
Did you have a good showing?
Oh,
Good
great
turnout?
showing!
Awesome.
It's just like Ralph's. Ralph gets a big one. This guy gets a big one, big showing. They even had a rock band there at one point.
Oh, wow.
Oh, very cool.
3 o'clock they were playing. If you want merchandise, this is the place to go. It's filled with merchandise.
What's the name of the place?
Uncanny.
Uncanny.
Oh, cool.
Down at
name.
King of Prussia Mall.
Down at the King of Prussia. That's where I got my cool hat. And
Oh, I like it.
but there
Crossbones.
was a lot of cool stuff there, honestly. And they had tons of Civil War stuff, so they were ready to go with all that. And the wall was filled with books, so you can go, if you're there and you're bored, you're going to be like a kid in a comic book store.
That'd be cool. I'll put that on our list to check out one of these days to go see. It's always neat to go traveling. I like to travel around to see the different comic book stores, see what they have, and every store is uniquely different.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
never know
everybody
what
has
you're going to
their own-
find. Yep.
You know, direction that they're kind of going and stuff.
So,
Or those hard to find issues. You never know when
right,
it might
one
pop up.
store
It's-
might have it versus another.
you know, it's all the part of the hunt.
Agreed. So what did you do since you got out too?
Well, most of the time I don't get around to a whole lot of stores a lot, but I like to go to like flea markety type of stuff, that kind of thing, farmers market, and Mike and I have gone to a couple of them and stuff, and just look for people that are selling used books. A lot of times they're not always in the greatest condition, but you can get some good finds. You know, stuff you can't find anywhere else.
True.
And you know, prices are usually pretty good. So, yeah, like Mike was saying, the hunt.
Yes.
You know, that's pretty much
Oh, that's always the
what we're
best.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and the art of the deal once you find
I
it.
just got to
Looking for
remember what I'm
places-
looking for.
So even places that you don't think would ever have comic books, they'll have a box sitting there of comics or magazines or something. And you know, it's always good to look through at antique places, antique stores.
So many times
you
I
know.
drove by, didn't think about anything, and then somebody at work may go there and goes, "Oh yeah, they have comic books. I thought you would have gone there before." And it's like, "No, I didn't know."
No, I
about
don't
that."
know everything.
We think we do, but we don't. Well, did you get out? Did he let you out of the cellar?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, he let you out too.
I was up at the Scranton Comic Con here about a week ago.
My backyard.
They had it was a good turnout. A lot of dealers there. Our friend Chris Ring was there, and Jason Lennox and Tom Durenick, who been on for Marvel and DC books and everything else, and met this young guy. He, like you, is
Not
an
young.
Independent writer.
And it like
And-
you
yeah,
as a
right,
first
yes,
independent writer.
'Cause
in,
young?
in a writer,
No.
and he was publishing
those
his book Jagged that he wrote. We'll have some images up here. His name is Isaiah Puga. I hope I pronounced that right. And dead ringer for Cisco from The Flash. He got a lot of people saying you look like Flash, but
He should have sold it for money. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
I was going to ask him for a selfie with him and send it to a friend of mine who's a friend of the fan of The Flash. Say,
that'd be
look,
cool. I
I'm
met
with
him, I
Cisco.
met
Yeah.
And for
But
free.
his story, you know, being that you're into horror, it's about a young sports star in his quiet town. He's a serial killer, and he tries to do the best, and he gets injected with a serum, and it intensifies his feelings. So, and it's a neat story. You never know who's going to die or what's going to happen next in it, but it's a suspense thriller, you know, borderline horror. And he just put out issue 1. I thought, nice kid to talk to, and he's doing, you know, working the shows like you do with your books and everything else. So
Grandy
I wish
gal.
him well with
Yeah,
everything.
I read it quick just a few minutes ago. I liked it. I liked the art. I'd like to read it again, let it sink in a little bit. But yeah, I didn't. You know, I thought it was cool.
Well, not to forget, we should give a shout out to the comics panel. Episode 49 talked about Free Comics Books Day too.
Oh yeah,
So,
free
Oh,
comic
you know
yes,
the
and
comics
you'll be able
panel?
to-
Do you know them? We
Yeah,
should give them
yeah.
a shout out. They're good people.
And episode 49 will show off the Uncanny Story.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
They have a
That's
Joker
true,
room.
yeah.
They have a Joker room.
A
It's all
Joker room.
purple, and they have Joker Harley Quinn stuff up there. Wild. Cool
Speaking
stuff.
of Joker, we were at another show. It was like the Hershey Pop Culture Show. It was a couple years ago, and this guy and his buddy from West Virginia, they came up and they were selling items that they made, and they took like the old tobacco cans and wall coverings for light switches and a couple other things. They even had cigarette boxes or whatever, different things like that, and they go out and they purposely buy the paper comic books and
non-slick is what he's
yeah,
talking about, the newsprint.
and
type.
they shellac it or whatever, they put it on there. I got this can of all Joker stuff. It's all different Jokers.
Yeah, you
Batman. There's
picked
a
up
Joker
the Conan
can.
one for me. You remember that?
Yeah, the Conan
that
one
was
for you.
cool.
And
Did you get the Batman one for me?
No.
they didn't have they had a nice Batman one, the
But
one
you
I
didn't know
wanted.
me then.
I didn't know you back then, and two, they sold out. He had a handful of them, and I was like, I hope those guys are still doing it. I mean, it was really cool stuff, but you can't ever get the same one twice because
Right.
everything
Yeah,
is unique
each
about it.
one's unique.
I was gonna get a light switch panel cover, but
That'd be a good buy.
I didn't. But they had all different kinds, but they had a lot of Batman ones and Conan and there was a Galactus one, but they had all kinds of stuff. I thought that was kind of neat. So
Sure.
Yeah.
it's eye catching. I'll tell you that.
That's what you want. In fact, there was a guy on YouTube. They were showing how he did he would do a wall painting. He did the Flash. The process for him to do that, he actually made a big image of the Flash running, and then he filled it in with all images of the comic from the comic book
Yeah.
Flash. But it took him a long time. I don't know what he was charging, but it couldn't be
Oh,
cheap.
wow.
It
That would've
was-
been cool.
It's wild stuff, but very, very time consuming. So I got to imagine very expensive. So did we cover everything we did when Kurt let us out?
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty
Should
much.
we thank Kurt for letting us out?
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Kurt.
for producing
Thanks.
us.
Our
He's a
producer,
good guy.
director.
He's producer, director, boss,
Twice a
jailer,
year we get to get out.
warden. Okay. Well, if you get tired of the same old story, please turn some comic book pages and leave any comments in the box below.
And like us on Facebook.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget, if you were out and about at a neat comic book store or
Let us
something
know.
exciting, let us know in the comments down below.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thanks.